Hi, my name is Gration. I'm the pastor of Hope Divine, United Pentecostal Church in Cairns, Australia. The Bible says in Acts chapter 14, it says in verse 13, "Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Jesus." What if the world could claim that of us? What if when the world looked at us, they could see that we'd been with Jesus, that we looked like Jesus? And the main purpose of this book, To Be Like Christ, is to study the character of Jesus Christ and how we can apply his characteristics to our lives and to help the church develop mature disciples. The Bible talks about the seed that falls on the stony ground, and we have so many Christians who, for whatever reason, it's a little bit shallow in their relationship. How can we make them become better disciples of Jesus Christ? How can we teach them to dig deep, to reach wide, and to truly live their life like Jesus Christ? Because the world has to see something different about us and about the church. In our study, we talk about compassion. We talk about how Jesus was moved to action and response by his compassion. And we discuss how compassion should be shown by the church inwards to our brothers and our sisters in the church, but also outwards towards the world. We also study forgiveness, and we discover that Jesus didn't just teach it, but he lived it as well. And we learn that forgiveness has to precede worship, and we discuss how unforgiveness leaves you unable to stand before God and unable to worship. We also talk about obedience. We look at the effect that Jesus' obedience had on our salvation, and how without being obedient ourselves, we can't be saved, and you can never experience the true depth of worship that is available there for us. We study mercy, and we look and we discover how Jesus was the very price for the sins that you and I committed, and we look and we discuss how mercy works in the life of the disciple of Jesus Christ. And then finally, the final chapter, we look at focus. We look at the focus of Jesus' ministry. Can the church be field-minded but not harvest-minded? Can we be so focused on having church that we forget that there's a harvest? And we discuss the one sheep mentality that Jesus has. The idea that you leave the 99 and you go looking out for the one sheep that's still out there. The challenge that's laid down in this 6-week study is, can we live our lives like Jesus? Can we truly live our lives like Jesus? And what would happen if the world could see Jesus in the way we walk, the way we talk, our attitudes and our mindsets? And I believe that we can. And when we can, I believe that we're going to see the world reached, and I believe we're going to see revival.